Welcome back to the Division 2. We have ourselves a little message from the Division 2 development team. And this one clears up quite a bit. It clarifies their laziness and also tells us the game is getting pretty much nothing else. Recently we had a Ubisoft conference call and it was stated that there would be much more done for the Division in 2021 and 2022. They said they're still working on content. That content is probably not going to be for the Division 1. It's also probably not going to be for the Division 2. Nothing has been 100% confirmed just yet, but I've got a feeling they're making a completely different game, and that game could even be a mobile game. We literally don't know anything at the moment. But in terms of content, this game is not getting anything that the community has ever asked for. We have literally been kicked in the teeth time and time again by this development team, and they're expecting us, after literally in the middle of all the stuff that's happened within the Division 2, they are expecting us to be happy about them making a Star Wars game, to be happy about them making an Avatar game. They have just killed off one of their, I think it's actually Massive Entertainment's biggest ever performing franchise. I don't know what else they've made in the past, but they are damn lucky that they still have jobs, that they are still a studio. And yeah, people can say, oh, they're a large studio, they collaborate with lots of other different studios. They are lucky to still be in work. Ubisoft should have kicked them out the door a long time ago. So our message from them was, we see the ongoing conversation in our community and we understand that you are eager for news of what lies ahead for the Division 2. Well, yeah, we've kind of been waiting 10 weeks for State of the Game. Today we are thrilled to confirm that there will be additional content for the Division 2, released later this year. It is your continuous passion and support which enables us to continue to build upon the Division 2 experience, and we cannot thank you enough for that. Don't go getting excited thinking, oh, they said there's going to be new content released, there's going to be new content, because the last time we got content, it was nothing other than the season stuff. And if we have a look at this, we have Hollywood unlocking in 1 week, 3 days. If you have a look here, this season ends in 15 weeks, 3 days. So we're probably going to have to wait. I don't even know when that is. So I've just worked it out, and if I haven't done it wrong, that's May the 1st is when that actually runs out. So we have a long time from now until the season actually ends. And the new content, I believe, is just going to be new seasons. So we're going to see this rinse and repeat stuff, just literally copy-pasted again and again and again. And that's all they're going to do. We're going to have season 5, 6, and 7, or something like that. There's no actual, expansion or anything like that coming, as far as I'm aware, because there might be. I'm not going to say anything for definite, because I know that it won't age well, something will come back and bite me in the arse, and I'll be wrong about something, and it'll be dragged on the channel for years to come, like a lot of other stuff is. So I really do not feel they are going to do an expansion, because year 3 for this game would be starting in March, because that's the yearly cycle of this game. In March this year, 2021, the Division 2 would have been released 2 years ago, so it will be going into year 3. But they're not releasing anything or doing anything special as soon as it jumps into year 3. They're leaving it for a couple of months after, at least. That's if we even get to see content in 15 weeks. Because we literally don't know anything. They are being so silent about what is going on within this game. But their message continues to say, some of you had noticed that Title Update 12 was originally meant to be the last major title update for the Division 2. But thanks to your continued support, we are now in the early stages of development for fresh content to release later in 2021. So they're in early stages of development. They've probably been working on it a month or two, something like that. They're not going to be able to make too much, because after they announced they were working on the raid's its original release date sort of thing, the raid actually come 10 months after. So it takes them a long time to make some proper content. So if their actual content is, if the content they're saying they're going to give us is in the early stages of development still, it's not going to be anything major, because they just simply don't have enough time. Their team isn't big enough for this game anymore to work on some decent content. But notice how they say that Title Update 12 was originally meant to be their last major title update. They've obviously either cut some content out of the game, legendary missions, some other missions that might have supposed to come in the game at some point, or whatever. There could be several different things they cut out. They want to just put it in just to kill the game off. To end the game in a better manner than killing Fei Lao in the way they did. Either that or they have this plan to make some more seasons to try and milk some more players a little bit more. Because we all know there are certain content creators that promote the purchase of their season passes. They always have done, they always will do. There are also some fanboys that will constantly buy no matter what they put out. So it could be their final push to squeeze as much out of the players as they can. And then they say, well, it's still too early to go into more details today. You won't have to wait too long, as we'll share more as soon as we can. They say as soon as we can. No state of the game in 10 weeks, no talk of it. I don't think there will be another state of the game. Because they've done Title Update 12.1. They've done Fei Lao's ending mission. They've done the next gen upgrade. And they haven't done a state of the game livestream to talk about any of it. And that's fairly important stuff. So I'm just going to say that I don't think there's going to be another state of the game. I think the team has moved on to other projects. In the meantime, we again want to send a heartfelt thank you for your continued support throughout the Division 2 post-launch period. We cannot stress enough how much this means to us. It means that much. So when I put out a community post asking how people felt about the Fei Lao ending mission, I think it's 93% of people were disappointed, 7% actually enjoyed that mission, and that was from over 2,000 votes on the poll. We've given them support after support after support, and that's how they have ended the main story of the division. Fei Lao was in the game for 5 years, and they didn't even give her a cutscene. And that's why they're thanking us so much for our support, because they've put us through shit for 2 years, and we've just accepted it. A lot of players have just sat there and said nothing about it. Then they've carried on. We also want to take this opportunity to update you on a few issues currently present in the game. An investigation into the crashes affecting many of you is ongoing with the highest priority, and we are also close to finding a fix for the missing volumetric fog and screen space reflections on PlayStation 5. We will let you know when we have a date for both fixes. Until next time, the Division 2 development team. So they're basically saying, we know you're having shit with our most recent update, but we just can't be bothered to put out emergency patches for it. You're gonna have to wait. We really want to see what buttons we can push. We want to see if we can cross those boundaries, overstep the line, all that sort of stuff, because that's what they constantly do, they always have done. Title Update 12.1 came out a little while ago now, and they haven't bothered fixing it. Everyone has been saying on PC, my game's crashing every 5 minutes, my game files have corrupted, I've had to verify my game files and completely reinstall the fucking game. And it still doesn't work after doing all of that. And what answer do I have? Oh, we're looking into it. We'll let you know a date. When we've got a date for both fixes. Because I've heard that the PlayStation 5 game looks fucking worse than the PlayStation 4. They have royally fucked over their community, the player base. Everyone involved with this game has been screwed and kicked in the teeth. And every other thing you want to say about it, we have been fucked over by this team, and they are expecting us to trust them with a release of an open world Star Wars game, and not only that, but an Avatar game too. They are moving on from this franchise, or trying to, and they just want to squeeze that extra bit of money out of it to try and make Ubisoft that little bit happier, but they don't care about their players, and that's the most important part of creating a game. Care about your community. Your community are the ones that keep you going, that keep you a studio, that give you the money to be able to fund all the projects you want to do, and to be able to keep you updating the game. It's just literally put it into a nice circle. You release a game, the community give you money by purchasing the game, you create DLC with said money, then you put the DLC out, the players are happy, they give you more money, and it just keeps going in a circle, and you keep adding. They haven't done that. There are 2 strongholds in this game that don't even have Legendary, and Legendary is supposed to be limited to strongholds. When you go to the summit, you can't leave to New York unless you're going there from New York. But almost every single time I've gone to the summit is from DC. And when you go there, you have to return to DC. There's no way to return to New York from the summit when you enter from DC. And the fucking summit mode itself is in New York. Another thing, if you go to Camp White Oak from New York, you have to return to New York. There are some simple things in this game that don't make sense, that should have been fixed. Like all the glitches and bugs and stuff in the summit. There are still problems in that mode. They're not going to do anything with that. There are still issues with a lot of stuff in this game, and they will not bother doing anything with it. Legendary missions. We've been crying out for those for months. Nothing gets done. Not even acknowledged. that players have been asking for that. But as soon as you get appearance mods, oh, we think that's fucking fantastic. Let them wear some Providence gear and change it to look like Hannah Yu, because everyone in the Division community wants to fucking do that, don't they? This is an absolute joke, and I still think using the word joke is an understatement. It's actually kind of funny how they can sit there and do this and think that all of the community are going to forgive them for their bullshit and accept that this is what they're going to do. We deserve more for this game. This should not be the end of the game. We should get more content, but I'm going to quote them. We should get meaningful content. Content that's worthwhile. New missions, brand new expansion. Even chuck in a new fucking raid. Enable matchmaking whilst you're at it. But just give the community more for this game. Don't just give us seasons and global events and all that shit that just gets recycled. Don't try grabbing money out of the community. Although I say that, that's pretty much, I'm going to say that's pretty much what they're going to do. Because that's all they've ever really done. They get a couple of content creators on their side of it, like releasing this bullshit into the community, and that's it, they're making a bit of extra money. Look at the copy-paste Resident Evil event. So many people, because they love Resident Evil, went and purchased the apparel cash keys just to get stuff that's already in the game, because they didn't even make new apparel. They took apparel that was already in the game, changed the colour of it, boom, there's your Resident Evil gear. It's not on, but I'm leaving the video there. I can't be arsed anymore. If you want to see this picture and look through threads and everything of people talking about it, you want to get involved in the conversations yourself, I found it on Twitter. I was, alerted by people, people brought it to my awareness sort of thing, in comments, and I received an email and Discord and everything, so thank you to everyone that told me about this message, because I probably wouldn't have seen it for a little while, so I do appreciate that. But if you guys wanted to get involved in the conversations and everything, then just go to their Twitter, their forums, everything like that. I'm pretty sure people are talking about it. But that's going to do it for me. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.